What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint here with a recent reads on the Gideon Falls trade paperback volume 1, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I just got done reading Gideon Falls by Jeff Lemire. Who is it? Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, and Dave Stewart. This is the Image titled book. It collects the first 6 issues of the series. I love this series, man. I read this whole thing today. I knocked out 3 issues, and then boom, 3 issues. It kind of reminds me of like Robert Kirkman's Outcast, but like not boring. Like every issue ends with a, oh shit, I gotta see what happens next. It's a paranormal book. You have 2 characters that you're dealing with. You're dealing with, what's his name, Norton? Yeah, Norton is one of the main characters who's kind of like a crazy guy. He's seeing a shrink. He seems nuts. He's always wearing like one of those air filter masks. And even when I see people wear those masks like at Comic Cons and stuff, like that doesn't do anything. It's just a thin piece of paper. Anyway, he's nuts. And then we have this Father Fred. We have a preacher that is moving to this new city, Gideon Falls, replacing the old preacher that something happened to. At first, we don't really know what happened, but then we find it's some crazy shit. Anyway, this has to do with, like I said, a supernatural like plot and dealing with like this black barn. That's what the name of this trade paperback is. And it's like there's this black barn that Norton has seen visions of since he was a kid. It flashes in and out, and it's making him crazy. The only thing that keeps him sane is rummaging through garbage and picking out like these little pieces of wood and nails and what he believes are pieces of the black barn. I'm not going to give away any spoilers or anything, but I really enjoyed it. It had a preacher vibe as far as not like the dialogue, but the way that you have this preacher and crazy stuff's happening in the city and he's got to address the public. I kind of caught that vibe. Basically, you have the father needs to work with the local police. Then our guy, Crazy Norton's got to work with his shrink. And we got to get to the bottom of this black barn and these killings and kidnappings and things that are happening in this city, Gideon Falls. So that's kind of the gist of it. I'll flip through the artwork with you guys, which looks like most independent stories in my opinion. But it's still good. It's kind of creepy. And there's really cool little panels that like... It'll be a panel of Norton and the therapist, and it looks like a skull on the out. Like, you know, it's kind of like little subtle like hints like that. They do a lot of upside down stuff in here, I noticed too. But we'll flip through and we'll take a look at it. All right, so let's take a look at the artwork. Here we go. See, like I mentioned, some upside down things. They have a lot of cool paneling in this book as well. But here goes our man digging through the trash, like I mentioned. This was a kind of an interesting scene, even though it suffers from gutter loss. It's kind of like a panoramic view of his house or his apartment. Norton. Then we get introduced to our father, Fred. I think the tone is very similar to Outcast. This is cool. Psst, wake up. And it's like fucking ghosts in your house. That's just crazy. This is a local sheriff. So right away he's pegged for murder, so that kind of sucked. Yeah. Make sure you cool stuff though. Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of Gideon Falls. Like I said, these are just the first 6 issues. I cannot wait to jump into it. I'm almost considering just following it in single issues. Although they seem to crank out these trades pretty fast, so we'll see. I definitely loved it. I'm interested in reading some more independent stuff. I got Bone Parish trade paperback. I think I have Oblivion Song. Yeah, I have Oblivion Song. So I need to start catching up with Manimal, who's reading some of this stuff in single issues. Let me know what you thought about Gideon Falls in the comments below. Make sure to drop me a like on the way out and subscribe to the channel for more recent reads along with other daily content. Sometimes you guys get lucky and get 2 videos a day. Stay minty. Peace.